Jaden Philogene is wanted by Barcelona. Ozan Tufan is very soon to be an ex-Hull City player, and plenty more news to wrap up. So hello there and welcome back to the HullCityFanCentral YouTube channel, where today, we have a lot of news and some quite not so good news in the department of transfers. No incoming transfers have been announced yet, but some departures have been announced and some more are on the way. So first of all, crack through the Jacob Greaves. This will go into Jacob Greaves. Greaves is known to be on the radar of many Premier League clubs, and we're going to add another Premier League club to that list, that's being Ipswich Town. Ipswich Town have listed Jacob Greaves as one of their main targets this summer to bring him in to the newly promoted side in Ipswich. I highly doubt that Jacob Greaves will go for this move because it won't be a good move for him. He'll probably end up back in the Championship next season and really back where he started with Hull. So why would he not just stay at Hull at the moment if he's not going to make that big money move to a big Premier League club, which he probably is, the likes of West Ham, Brentford, something along that lines where it's a little bit more of a staple within the Premier League. But they have listed him as one of their main targets, so we'll wait and see on that front. A little bit of news about one of Hull City's younger players, that being Will Jarvis. Now, he's been out on loan at Shelbourne for quite some time. I think he joined them halfway through their season last season, and then he's currently with them now as their season's a little bit off compared to ours. But his loan is expected to last till November. Shelbourne don't want that to happen because they want that to become a permanent transfer. They want Will Jarvis to join them on a permanent basis. And hopefully, if that does come to fruition, we can cash in on it, because I doubt Will Jarvis will really work his way into the Hull City side unless we are really striker dependent. But of course, his loan is there till November. I highly doubt they'll terminate it. So if its permanent move is what is on the cards, hopefully we can cash in on it, as Shelbourne are very, very keen on the Hull City youngster. Moving on, so we've had one friendly announced today, and I've got a little rumour about another friendly that could be happening. So Hull City are set to host Fiorentina. Fiorentina over in Italy. They will come to the UK, they'll come to England, they'll come to the MK Stadium, in fact, to play a pre-season friendly on Tuesday the 30th of July with kick-off at 7:45 p.m. For a second successive season, La Viola placed 8th in Serie A, reached the Europa Conference League final, losing to Olympiacos and having beaten by West Ham in the previous year. Fiorentina, who recently appointed Rafael Palladino as head coach, have won 2 league titles in 1956 and 1969, 6 Coppa Italia trophies, 1 Super Coppa Italia, and the 1961 UEFA Cup Winners' Cup. City have played Fiorentina once before in a 1-0 defeat in 1973 at Angelo Italia Cup. The last faced Italian opposition in 2009, drawing a 2-2 game with Atalanta at actually Serie A Bortoli. Probably butchered that trophy before losing 5-3 on penalties. So not very good against Italian opposition, but hopefully this one can be better. Ticketing and streaming information will be announced in due course. So the pre-season layout so far is on the 23rd of July on Tuesday. We will go to Doncaster Rovers, 7:45 p.m. On Tuesday the 30th of July, we will host Fiorentina at home at 7:45 p.m. And then on Saturday the 3rd of August, we will go away to Reading for that 3 p.m. kickoff. But some more friendlies may be in the pipeline. Of course, we know there's a trip to Turkey planned, and that has not been announced yet in official capacity, other than Adrian mentioning in the press conference. But Hull City versus Newcastle United could be on the cards. Seeing a few layouts over in the Newcastle end of the news, the breaking news, all of the rumours stuff. It sounds like a friendly between Hull and Newcastle is very close to being confirmed. It will most likely take place at the MKM Stadium, and around that sort of period of time where the 3 friendlies that have been announced will be taking place. I won't be surprised if it goes maybe a Newcastle home fixture, then we go away to Doncaster, home to Fiorentina, and then away to Reading, or we could put the Newcastle game at the end of that, ready, the final game before the season kicks underway. Of course, fixtures are announced tomorrow. I'll be on the channel breaking down what the layout for Hull City's season will look like next season, and on Thursday, I'll have a live stream because it is the Carabao Cup draw, and hopefully we get a nice juicy draw to hopefully finally get out of that first round of the Carabao Cup, which we have been destined to not do the past 3 seasons. Ozan Tufan now then. Well, this came out of nowhere, didn't it, over the weekend? It kind of started on Friday. Tufan was gaining interest from Trabzonspor. Nothing solid, nothing confirmed. But then by the end of Friday, it was pretty much sounding that he was getting on a plane to Turkey to go and sign for Trabzonspor. Well, it seems that the day is almost certain, as many places have announced that Tufan will sign for Trabzonspor. Even Trabzonspor's Twitter have said that they've opened negotiations talking with Tufan. It seems that after 2 years of being a fan favourite at Hull City, Tufan's time at the MKM Stadium will come to an end in somewhat of a dramatic fashion, being a bit sad in the Hull City camp though. Bringing in a £1 to £2 million range, which it isn't actually that good of a deal, considering that we gained Tufan when he was struggling at Fenerbahce, just come off the back of that Watford loan. He was struggling, he wasn't doing too much, and we bought him in a joint deal, I believe, with Ali Said Manesh for £2 million. So, yeah, gaining 1 to 2 million. We're not really gaining anything other than what Tufan's delivered to the squad, and that's been goals, assists, that's been perfect performances, but nothing really financial-wise that he has provided to the squad. So a bit of an interesting one that. We'll keep up to date on that one. I'm sure that if it is going to happen, it'll probably happen by the end of the week. A bit of news about ex-Hull City players now. Then we've got 2 ex-Hull City players now that have joined other clubs. And that being Billy Sharp, who has rejoined Doncaster Rovers. He has rejoined them on a 1-year deal. Wishing him all the best. Hopefully he can do better than he did at us, but obviously not too good because it is Doncaster at the end of the day. And then obviously another player, and that being Adama Traore. Adama Traore, who was not part of that retained list, and he has just recently joined Ahmedspor. Hopefully, wishing him all the best over there. Hopefully he can do what he was destined to do at City before, obviously crumbling a little bit. Some other news about an ex-Hull City player, or an ex-loan player, and that being Tyler Morton. Hull City, former Hull City midfielder Tyler Morton is wanted by Leipzig. He's also been looked at by Sevilla, Feyenoord, Eintracht Frankfurt, and some Premier League sides. And this will be a permanent deal. Liverpool are reportedly demanding £20 million for the former Tiger player, and Premier League sides being Southampton and Bournemouth are interested as well. So an interesting one there to see a former Hull City player, a former loan player from last season, try and do well and really excel and propel his career to the next level. Talking about financial, we'll talk about the Ryan Alsop deal, and apparently Hull City have reportedly received in the region of £800,000 to £1 million for Ryan Alsop's transfer to Birmingham City last week, which is a nice dealing. Of course, hopefully we'll have a not a big money striker, but certainly a striker that can score goals come the start of the season. If not, we can recall Oscar Estepinian, who bagged a brace coming off the bench in the 72nd minute the other night for his club that is on loan in Brazil, in Club Bahia, scoring 2 goals coming on in the 72nd minute. Fantastic performance from that. I believe he got the man of the match as well, just from that short little stint that he made on the pitch. So, a very interesting one nonetheless. Now let's move into some players that could be joining Hull City now that we've listed off every player that's departed par Jaden Philogene. Stay tuned for that one, as that is a very juicy topic. So City are reportedly interested in Derry City duo McCallion and Connor Barr. The teenagers are also being watched by Brentford and Crystal Palace. If they do join City, it will most likely be an academy setup, a bit similar to the Harry Vaughan and all of the players that have joined in this new sort of adjunct era into the academy, and they'll probably work their way through the ranks there, if not being sent out on loan again. Very toss and go there. Another player that could be joining City is Kalidou Silibé. He's very interested in a move over to Hull City, and talks have already begun. According to reports in France, the 6'7" defensive midfielder is open to a move to England and is also wanted by Blackburn Rovers. So a very interesting one that, considering the news about Jean-Michel Seri. So Seri hasn't said anything as of yet about what his future is at the club. Of course, he's got another year on his contract. He's officially still a Hull City player for another year, but his wife posted out on Instagram something along the lines of, "We'll let God decide what our plans are next," or something like that, in response to a question about Seri's future at City. So an interesting one there. I can't see him moving away from the club, certainly not in this coming season, but it does seem like everything's crumbling apart at the moment. We don't officially have a manager yet. He doesn't start until July the 1st, so that's probably when a lot of the moves will be happening. An interesting one here, saying that Hull City are interested, or not Hull City are interested, but Everton are interested in the pair of Jacob Greaves and Jaden Philogene. They've expressed their interest now in Jaden Philogene, so maybe looking for a swoop on both partners, but nothing as concrete yet. So talking about Jaden Philogene, why do Barcelona want him? Well, crazy rumour this is. Barcelona are reportedly interested in signing Hull City winger Jaden Philogene this summer on a loan. Yes, a loan deal for Jaden Philogene, question mark, exclamation mark, question mark. It sounds like they will be looking to make it a loan move to start off with an option to buy in the region of £20 million or so. So it's a very, very interesting movement that is grabbing the entire of world football. 22 years old, Jaden Philogene coming from Everton, not Everton, Aston Villa, sorry, to Hull City, having brilliant breakout season at Hull City, and now in the realms of going to Barcelona, another Hull City player that'll be going on to do better things than the club could ever anticipate. But as I say, I'll keep you up to date on everything Hull City on this YouTube channel. We'll have the fixtures released tomorrow, and I'm sure that along with that, we'll probably have another rumour of another player going off. Probably Ivo Pando will be trying to join, I don't know, Crystal Palace. Who knows? Who knows anymore in the world of Hull City? We could be starting the season with our under-21s being our starting 11. Who knows? Hopefully there is some incoming signings, and I say, I'll keep you up to date on this YouTube channel, so make sure that you like and subscribe so you don't miss out on anything Hull City, and I'll see you in the next video where the fixtures will be released. Up the Tigers!